He believes that if we respect the unattainable, we might chase perfection, and we may stumble into the great. Arnett's Handbook for Students says, hard work makes good debaters great, and great debaters transcendent. He practices and preaches the idea that when a person sets out to build a thing, if they respect their craft, their handiwork will bear the unmistakable signs of loving care. His passion is teaching students how to seek out information, assemble details into ideas, bundle ideas into arguments, and weave arguments into a living, purposeful tapestry for the mind's eye, a device for exhibiting strategic human creativity and inducing thought in others. Dave is an artist of ideas whose crowning achievement lies in the moment when someone, hopefully losing to Berkeley, says, "Interesting, I've looked at it 1,000 times, and I've never seen it that way before." Dave isn't the sort to ruminate about it, but he has profound reverence for the complexity of human affairs, and he thus believes that simple answers and thin descriptions are the stuff of weak arguments. If we love debating, our subject matter demands respect, a respect that we show with hard work. He urged us to, quote, make hard work a way of life. If we respect our peers, our opponents, if we respect complex problems, our diligence and loving care for the knowledge that we play with will be obvious when we submit to our colleagues' judgment. 4, respect yourself if you desire the respect of others. When Dave arrived, it was easy for his debaters to resent well-supported debate teams like Wake Forest's. Dave refused to let us believe that our small team must have small aspirations. He believed in our potential and never let us forget or understate it to justify our failings. When we faced low expectations or disdain, he turned it around. You're angry that they don't take you seriously? Good. Make them. It was a twofold trick. One, in any struggle to make someone take you seriously, you must demonstrate that, small as you are a fierce opponent. And once you've demonstrated that you're not to be taken lightly, it becomes an accepted fact, and you would be foolish not to believe it yourself. Second, he made us believe in the magic of debate's great unwritten rule. Performance dictates outcome. Reputation and resources matter, but once the timers start, no one is invincible. For those 2 hours, you are what you do and nothing else. You are free. Dave knew that it does not take an army to win a debate tournament, or an army to defeat an army, because size and strength are not synonymous. The nucleus of every successful organization is a surprisingly small number of dedicated people who aspire to exceed expectations. Those who equate size with power will always be shocked by results, because, to paraphrase Professor Margaret Mead, small groups of thoughtful citizens are our species' engine of change. 5, learn from those you would teach. I stole that from Melissa. I watched Dave learn this lesson as his debaters mixed traditional arguments with newer philosophical ones. Dave encouraged me to research ideas that I found strange because it would help me understand and address them, even if I found them hideous. The reason Dave encouraged us to innovate with arguments is rooted in his basic belief that ignorance, especially stubborn, willful ignorance, is never, ever a source of strength. All ideologies that glorify ignorance are supremely dangerous, because the only thing worse than knowledge is its absence. I have been a coach, and I understand how coaches can forget that we can guide and inform students, but if we force them into preconceived ideological roles, we are losing them. And perhaps more importantly, the gift that new minds bring to their elders. Frank Herbert wrote that the best thinkers cultivate naivete because thinking you know something is a sure way to blind yourself. Dave never puts on blinders. But once he almost did. Tejinder Singh, one of the best debaters of the decade, quit RT. Twice. He stopped quitting when Dave stopped trying to make him into something he wasn't. Conventional. He let Tejinder come back on his own terms. In fits and starts, he learned to be the coach that his student needed. As Tejinder publicly struggled to make the activity meaningful for himself, a magical thing happened. After Dave decided to come along for the ride, a good chunk of the community joined in also. The result was an explosion of new ideas and arguments that revolutionized debate. Everyone paying even a modicum of attention was forced to forget what they thought they knew, reflect on what we do and why, and start from first principles. And we are much wiser for the experience. 6, never lose for the same reason twice. One defeat ought to be painful enough to teach you, and if it isn't, you're not paying attention, or worse, you don't care. 7, give frequent congratulatory hugs, but always move the goalposts after victory. When I debated, my teammates and I were ranked in the top 4 times in a row, which is by most people's standards impressive. Dave's most frequent comment to me about my efforts was, "You're better than this." He was right, too. It's not that I lost my last debate, which I did, or that I never won a college national championship, which I didn't. It's that every debate is a unique opportunity to learn and transcend your limitations. And since there's always more to learn, the process is the prize. I can assert that Dave's greatest gift is the ability to impart the love of learning. But I can also prove it statistically. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, who has debated for him for an entire debate career has gone on to graduate school. And a Cal debater is statistically more likely to attend graduate school at Harvard Law than any other institution. 8, defeats are inevitable, failure is not. Our NETS orientation guide describes learning argument in a manner eerily similar to what I've learned about life from 18 years of school, 13 years of debate, and 2 years of cancer. Nothing about this is easy. If it was simple, it wouldn't be half the game that it is. It can and should be frustrating at times. The process entails fits and starts, trial and error, and ultimately a lot of reflection. No one is born great. The process is the prize. In any community of mutual care, how you achieve goals matters as much as what you achieve. Win without class, or lose without honor, and you gained nothing and lost the irreplaceable. That is failure. Speaking of the irreplaceable, I've already taken way too much time. So I'm going to close with a final Arnett maxim, which is healthy body, healthy mind. Debate tournaments, Scott Deatherage often said, are marathons, not foot races. When informed that a marathon is in fact a kind of foot race, Duck waved me off and said, same difference. But Arnett gets it right. A debate tournament is a grueling physical event, and sleep is critical. So I wish you all a good evening, and to all the competitors and coaches, the best of luck, and you'll need it, especially if you debate Dave's and mine and Ross's UC Berkeley Golden Bears.